Hey, y'all. Say hey to the lovely Jessica. She is lovely. She's lovely. She's lovely. She's my wife. But anyway, that's a whole nother story. I'm going to give you guys a lesson right now and what's going on with these tariffs. And anybody that wants to argue with me about it, please do, because you're wrong. All right. NAFTA was the pinnacle of the free trade movement. Okay? Now, what does free trade mean? Ask yourself, what does free trade mean? All right. Free trade means all trade barriers are removed. And the main trade barrier is a tariff. Okay? The purpose of a tariff, okay? You guys with me here? You need to fucking listen to this, because I'm so sick and tired of people that don't understand how important it is that we balance our trade deficit, or we're not going to have anything anymore. We're not going to have nothing. I mean, the rich are going to get richer, and the poor, the middle class is not going to exist, which is what all these commie fucking idiots want anyway. I mean, you just look at CNN and MSNBC, they are pulling for China. China is a dictatorship that was founded by a man who mass murdered more people than Hitler and Stalin put together. You understand that? Imagine the fucking pile of bodies that Mao Zedong is responsible. All right? This is what we're up against, okay? All right, so back to the free trade movement. All right? In 1996, 5, something like that, there was a bill that was very important that was to be passed into law called NAFTA. All right. Now, the reason I'm mentioning NAFTA is because not only does it hit close to home to me, because this town used to be one of the biggest textile producing places in the world. And, yeah, everybody made fun of people that stayed home and worked for the mill. Yes, they did. But the people that stayed home and worked for the mill their whole lives retired owning a home, and they sent the kids to college, and they had every fucking thing they ever needed. All right? And they might not have been millionaires, but they had a retirement, their kids were in college, and they owned their fucking home, okay? So looking back, it wasn't so damn bad after all. And this town was, like I said, it was one of the world's largest textile manufacturing places on planet Earth. They made a movie about it with Sally Fields in it, and that was about Roanoke Rapids. I can't remember the name of the movie, but it was about the textile industry, and it was based in Roanoke Rapids.
Norma Ray.
What was it called?
Norma Ray.
Norma Ray, all right? So NAFTA comes along, and you need a silver-tongued bastard like Bill Clinton, who I can't help but like. I got to admit, it's just something about him. I know he's probably not the best person in the world, but he was a decent president. He got lucky because he was able to be there for the dot-com boom, and you could have had a banana peel in office then, and he would have looked good. So Bill Clinton's job, his only job, was to sell NAFTA to the American people. Okay? So when NAFTA came out, you had this guy named Ross Perot, who was the prototype billionaire private citizen using his own money to run for president, and he got a lot of votes. All right. That big-eared bastard told us that what you're going to hear when NAFTA comes is a giant sucking sound. It's going to be a giant sucking sound. That's going to be all the money and jobs in North America going to Mexico. Well, guess what happened? They did a hostile takeover on every mill in this town. And when I mean hostile takeover, I mean they showed up for Monday at work and the fucking door was locked. The gate was padlocked. Nobody even knew why. They were like, what the hell happened? Okay? What happened was all these people that are what you call globalists, because you don't even know what the real fight is here. The fight is not between communists and capitalists. It's between globalists and nationalists. All right? Because the globalists do not believe in the nation state. You got to understand this. They don't believe in the concept of the fucking nation state. And if you don't believe me, go look up Strobe Talbot's interview in Time Magazine in 1995 when he told you this. He said, we no longer believe that the nation state should be the fundamental, or something, I'm paraphrasing, the fundamental unit of organization anymore. We think it's much more appropriate for the elites and bankers to run the world, all right? So what the globalist movement did is it said, look, guys, we ain't making no money in America because we got to pay these jack-offs. We got to fucking send their kids to school. We got to give them medical insurance. We got to give them retirement. We got to pay them a wage. If we move our shit to offshore, then we're making bank, man. We're going to be like beyond trillionaires, all right? And the hope was supply-side economics would kick in, or the trickle-down effect, which in this case it did not work, because you can trickle all you want that. Man, this shit gets me raw, dude. So anyways, it passed, and like I said, Roanoke Rapids immediately turned into a shithole. Like a shithole. It was bad enough before this. All right? So what wound up happening is every single mill in this town shut down. As soon as they shut down, all these houses that they used to live in became cheap, fucking housing, and then all of a sudden, the county people that were poor, bless their hearts, it ain't their fault. They came into town, and the next thing you know, the street that I grew up on, Madison Street, is Mad Block now. When I was a kid, you could ride your bike up and down the street, me and my brother Greg, in your underwear and t-shirt, and it was fine, and it was safe. And now, go ahead and go down there after fucking dark. All right, so sorry about that. Okay, so then what happened was Roanoke Rapids turned into a shithole right around the same time the crack epidemic came, and half the people that were here then are fucking junkies now, and their lives are fucking ruined. I went down that road for a while. I ain't gonna lie, I've done everything you could fucking imagine, but it still was a terrible, terrible thing for this country. All right. Now the thing that keeps that from happening, that globalism sought to rid in fair and free trade. Free trade is not fair trade, because if you can take your company to Mexico like they did with these textile mills, they were already set up, bro. All they had to do was wait for Bill Clinton's fucking signature, and then all the factories were ready to go. So the minute Bill Clinton signed that goddamn fucking bill into law, Roanoke Rapids was destroyed. And not just Roanoke Rapids, but many, many places like this. Spruce Pine, North Carolina, I lived in, same thing. I mean, it was absolutely fucking destroyed, okay? And the reason why you have a goddamn tariff, you fucking idiot liberals, this is something you better be listening to, because I'm so sick of people that cannot defend what Trump is doing right now, because, I mean, who cares if it's Trump? He's doing the right fucking thing, Jack, because what a tariff is for is to protect the standard of living of a country. Because if you don't have a tariff on you, all right, I'm getting a terrible connection, so I guess I'm back now. All right, so let me break this down for the more idiots out there, and that's what you are, is idiots. Anybody that's pulling against this is a fucking moron, and this is why. All right, Company A makes a widget, all right? Company A lives in a country where widget manufacturing is a good job. It provides you with medical insurance. It provides you with a lifelong income. It provides you with a means to own a house, with a means to send your children to college. You might not be a millionaire, but you're going to fucking make it in life. All right? And then you even get a pension afterwards. Wow. Can you believe that? You don't have to depend on social security, which is what it really is. So, because they've already pilfered that shit. It's gone. If you look at those, what they've uncovered with Social Security, it should make you want to puke in your fucking shoes, man. And if you don't puke in your shoes, it's because you're a goddamn moron. It's because you got Trump derangement syndrome so fucking bad that you'd rather your goddamn whole country be destroyed than admit the man is right. What he's doing is correct. Because, let's go flashback to Company B. Making the same widget. Probably not even as good. I mean, look at Chinese goods. They suck. And the reason why they suck is because they don't decommission their machines after X amount of repetitions. Because they don't have to. They keep their machines there for 3 times longer. They pay their goddamn employees nothing except a handful of rice a day at the barrel of a gun. I mean, these Apple places that are stupid, fucking moron, liberal iPhone. I got an iPhone too. Because they're nice. They're a great product. But I'm just saying, if you're so fucking interested in human rights and shit, why the fuck you buying a product where they have to put goddamn suicide nets around the fucking building to keep people from jumping out of the building because they have no life left? Because they're slaves. All right? If widget B is produced by slave labor, how in the fuck is widget A going to ever sell a single item? How is the American worker going to be protected from that? It's because of a tariff. Because we said, no, you can't do that. We're going to tariff your product. So it's no longer free trade. It is now fair trade. Does anybody not understand this? Because if not, you can call me on the phone and I'll fucking do a PowerPoint for you to understand this. All right? We have a $1.2 trillion trade deficit, buddy. We got $35 trillion in debt. The minute that the goddamn interest on that debt becomes the size of our GDP, it is over. You're going to be so poor, you're going to be eating each other. Do you understand me? Facts. There's nothing you can say that changes that fact. I hate to get so pissed off about it, but I'm sick and tired of these dumb-ass fucking liberals, man. I love them, but they're stupid. They're so stupid, they'll cut their nose off to despite their motherfucking face, man. All right? So the purpose of a tariff is to equalize country A, who's free and doesn't have to work at the barrel of a gun for a fucking handful of rice a day and have suicide nets around his head. He can walk off and be a bum if he wants to. And go sit on the corner and play his guitar. That's freedom. The freedom to be a bum. You can't do that in China. How are we supposed to compete with them? They steal all our fucking IP like it's going out of style. Look what Uber just did. Uber just went over there thinking they were going to access this 1.3 billion human being market. And you know what they did? As soon as they got there, they copied their business model. They named it like Uber or some shit like that, and Uber was gone. They lost billions of fucking dollars because that's what China does. Because the Chinese Communist government is evil. You idiots. They're fucking evil, bro. It ain't no way around it. They were founded on a fucking body, a pile of skulls from here to fucking the moon. They were founded on that. And you morons want to call somebody a Nazi? I mean, it's the stupidest, it is so dumb I can't even understand it. Because I'm not dumb. I might be a lot of things, but I ain't dumb. And I can change my mind like that. You show me some better evidence. I ain't even fucking connected to nothing. All right? So, back to globalism and nationalism. So, since these people got together and decided it would be better for them, since they own the factories, to move the factories to Mexico, then exactly what Ross Perot said would happen. And then all the secondary shit happened too. Like everybody got hooked on crack. So many lives have been destroyed because of NAFTA that it is unfucking real. And these moron liberals, and I love them, man. I mean, I do. I love everybody because I'm a Christian and I'm told to, and it makes sense. But you guys are wrong about this, man. It ain't no way around it. You're wrong. And you're so wrong that you're putting the whole world in jeopardy. We got a $1.2 trillion deficit. Can you imagine what $1 trillion is? Can you imagine the pile of money that is? That's how much these countries are fucking put together. And we can manufacture shit better than anybody in the world. Look what we invented. All right, you want to talk shit about America? Okay, let's erase America. All right, you ain't got no cars no more. You ain't got no planes no more. You ain't got trains no more. You ain't got electricity no more. You ain't got goddamn internet anymore. You have no telephone. You have nothing. We made it all happen, and it ain't because we're better than everybody else. It's because in a free market society, if you can sell me widget better and cheaper than this guy can, then I'm going to buy it from you. There's not going to be a monopoly. There's going to be open competition for who can make the best shit for the cheapest. And that inspires what you call innovation. And that is the reason why every major innovation there's ever been on planet Earth came from the United States of America. Name one that didn't. One that didn't. I'm tapping my foot. There ain't one. Because there ain't no innovation in a fucking communist country. People are too busy trying to find out ways to kill themselves that the government has plugged that. They won't even let them die. When COVID came out, they welded them into their fucking houses, man. They made COVID too. It's a fact. They made it to kill off the pensioners because they can't afford to pay their pensions. That's why it only attacked the elderly. All right? So you morons that are complaining about fucking what Trump is doing right now with these tariffs are so fucking dumb that you would let your hatred of the orange orangutan be more important than saving your fucking way of life. Okay? America's the greatest country there's ever been, ever. And there ever will be. We have brought more to this world than anybody ever, everybody else put together we've brought more. And so we need these fucking tariffs. I mean, let me give you another example, all right? This is how goddamn nice we are, okay? We come into World War II and save everybody from the Nazis. I mean, I think we lost like fucking what, 300,000 people doing that? Don't quote me on that, but we lost a fucking shit ton. Two of my uncles were over there. God, you think they didn't have better things to do than save the fucking world from a Nazi? All right. Well, when that was over with, there's a little something for all you history buffs out there called the Marshall Plan. I don't know if you've ever heard of it or not. Probably not, because our education sucks. People want to complain about the Department of Education going down. Anything that goes like this with money and staff and goes like that with results needs to go. You don't got to know nothing else. It ain't working, guy. Let's try something different. It ain't been here since the late 70s during the Carter administration. How come the American education system was the pride of us and it was the envy of the entire planet until the implementation of the goddamn Department of Education? Why do you think that is? Why do you think everybody's so dumb now? It's because that's what they paid for. Because they want you to be dumb, because you got to be dumb to vote for a goddamn Democrat. You got to be dumb to vote for a Democrat. You got to be dumb. You got to be dumb to have a party loyalty. That shit might change tomorrow. Dennis Kucinich, he's a badass motherfucker. He's a Democrat. There's a lot of good ones. If that changed tomorrow, I would dump the Republicans like a fucking sack of potatoes on my front porch. I don't give a fuck what party it is. I care about who cares about the standard of living of people here that have saved the world more than once. The world. All right? So after World War II, there was this thing called the Marshall Plan, which was the rebuilding of Europe, because Europe was one big pile of rubble after World War II. We were in a unique position because none of the war came to our shores. So we said, I tell you what, while we help you rebuild just because we're nice, the only reason is because we're nice, then we're going to let you tariff our goods 100%. Put 100% tariff on our goods, just to get your leg up, get going again, and get your businesses going, and get your fucking economies back going, and prosper. Because we love you. Okay? We didn't have to do that. Well, goddamn France, Japan, half the countries over there still got 100% tariff on our cars. That's been 80 years, bro. What the fuck is that all about? 80 years later? I don't think they need it anymore. But you know what that does to us, though? It destroys the American auto worker. Because all these markets in Japan and France and just about every other country in the fucking world cannot afford our cars because there's 100% tariff on it. From them. Why is it okay when they do it? Answer that! It's not. So what Trump is doing is he's putting in reciprocal tariffs, which is fair by every single fucking metric that you can possibly imagine. It's fair. As a matter of fact, it's merciful. The United States is 40% of all the consumer money in the world. That's our market. 40% of everything sold in this world is sold to us. You don't think we hold the cards? Dude, they're already protesting against Xi, man. Xi is a fucking piece of shit, dude. They're already protesting in China. They want freedom there. They want democracy. They want to vote. They don't want to be welded into their houses. They don't want to jump out of fucking buildings on the suicide nest because they're getting paid nothing right beside their fucking 7-year-old child that's working fucking 80 hours a week for nothing at the barrel of a gun. And then we're supposed to be able to compete with that on an open global market? Are you fucking stupid? There's no way. All it's going to do is drain everything we have left, which is not much. And let me tell you something. $35 trillion is a grotesque amount of money. I mean, it might as well be like, you might as well just make up a word for it. Like, as far as comes to gojillion, it might as well be that. But once the moment that debt, that the interest on that motherfucking debt becomes equal to GDP, you're going to starve to death. You're going to eat your children. All right? That's what path we are on if something is not done. Canada sits over there and puts a 200% tariff on our dairy products. What? And then they want to act like they're butthurt because we're just fucking returning the favor? Fuck Canada. We ought to just go over there and just take them over in one day. They just lay down like the pussies they are. We could just send the hunters in North Carolina over there and take Canada over. Be like, hey, is this good enough? Is this what you wanted? Yeah, they'll lay down like the little babies that they are, the little fucking babies. And people want to talk about, oh, they got health insurance for everybody. It's so great over there. It's just so great. Yeah, but you know what? They've gotten about a fourth of our population, and their medical care sucks. One of your options is to kill yourself. The third leading cause of death in Canada is fucking government-assisted euthanasia. They made a commercial about it. It was like the most surreal thing I've ever seen in my life. And the girl that played in the commercial actually offed herself through the government. When they get really sick, they come over here because we got the best fucking doctors in the fucking world here. Is it expensive? Yeah, but you know why it's expensive? Because people have been robbing the fund for the last goddamn 50 years. Okay? Doge is needed. And if you don't think it is, you're a fucking idiot. There's no other fucking choice. You're just stupid. So, did I need to get this out? So let's review. Okay. Free trade is a terrible, terrible word. It sounds great, don't it? Oh, it's free. The trade is free now. This is just great. No, it's not. What it does is it destroys the standard of living of a country that actually gives a fuck about its workers. I mean, send them down to Mexico where they get paid nothing. They're slaves. So all of a sudden the left is into slavery now too? I mean, what in the fucking world am I living in right now? I mean, is this just the Twilight Zone? I'm going to wake up in a second and there's going to be sane people around me? Is that what's going to happen? Or is this really, really happening? Liberals in America are the dumbest people that have ever lived. All you got to do is give them a degree that's made out of fucking something out of a bubblegum machine. Make them feel like they're somebody. Make them feel like, oh, you're so smart because you got a degree in gender studies. You're so fucking smart. You could never be wrong. You fill them with hubristic, fake pride that they could never be wrong about anything, and then you just let them loose. And you ain't got to do nothing, and they'll do it all for you. And that's exactly what they're doing now. I could name names to right this minute for a day straight of people that are absolutely intelligent in every form of their life except this. Like, this is so basic 101 shit. It's just unfucking real that people cannot see. If we don't fix our trade deficit, there will be no United States left, and that is the goal. That is the goal. You can go look at the guy. You don't believe me? Okay. You ever heard of the fucking the World Economic Forum? All right. Why don't you go look up, if you can find it, their first mission statement that they put out. And this is real. This is not no motherfucking conspiracy, Jack. I saw it myself, and you can find it, but they took it off the internet quick after this because it was so much backlash. The first things out of their mouth is, it's the year 2030. The United States is no longer the world's great superpower, which, if anybody's to be entrusted with that, it's us. Do you understand how much money we spend to keep fucking international shipping lanes open with our Navy? Do you know how much we spend to do that? If we didn't do that, there would be no trade. We put our asses on the line to guarantee these goddamn shipping lanes. And it's the thanklessest goddamn job that you could just ever imagine. They piss all over us for this. I mean, it is in fucking insane. Okay? So, I'm so emotional right now that I can't even get through this. Let me figure out what the fuck I was saying. Oh yeah, you give these people a damn degree, and you make them think they're so fucking smart, and the next thing you got your idiot bot army right there. You ain't got to do nothing. All right, but at the end of the day, if we don't fix this trade imbalance, and if we don't get a handle on all these billions and billions and billions of dollars that are being stolen from us by the now defunct USAID and the likes of it. You ought to see Social Security. They added like 500,000 fucking illegals to it. I mean, they found so much shit in those has that, and then all they have to do is say, this man, Elon Musk, just went and saved the astronauts. You didn't even hear about that. He created the fucking electric car that's affordable in America. He employs thousands and thousands and tens of thousands of people in his factories. And the only reason that the left is mad at Elon Musk is because they're drones. And when their little media channels tell them that you're not a good person if you like this guy, then you don't like him no more. Okay? And then they send their drones out, through literally psyops. They don't even have to say it. They just kind of look at them the right way. Next thing you know, they're out here people are pulling old ladies out of their fucking Teslas. Probably half these old ladies don't even understand what the fucking deal is. They're like, I don't know what's going on, but I'm getting beat up all of a sudden on the side of the road. They're burning. These people are the lowest forms of life known to man. They are communists. Communism is evil. It is fucking bullshit. You understand me? If you don't know that, then you've got no business voting. You just need to remove yourself from the crowd of people that are trying to do something, try to bring awareness to all this shit. You know, I mean, it's going to be funny as hell and cute as hell until you're eating your fucking children. And if we don't get control over this trade deficit and over all this fucking insane robbery that Democrats mostly are doing to us, Democrats are the most evil people that has ever been on this earth right now. And you know, the people that are into this are just they got so much pride instilled in them. That's false pride, it's hubristic pride. They think they're so fucking smart that they can't be wrong. So you obviously have to be a Nazi, all while supporting policies for a country that subsists on theft and slave labor and is founded on a mountain of skulls from here to the moon. All right, that is what you're fucking dealing with, people with sense. And, you know, it wouldn't take much for somebody to just say, you know, wow, you're right, you put it the right way, but they can't do it. They've got a block placed in their mind. It's psychic. It's a splinter in their heads. They're just drones, man. I see my stupid, I don't want to call them stupid because I love them. God help me. Please help me. Give me some grace. I heard that musician prices for musical equipment is going to go up because of the tariffs. I was like, well, isn't that terrible? That's why I build my own guitars. I was like, well, you know, I think that's a little preferable to me having to eat my child. So I hope this pisses off the right people. But what I really hope for is sit down and just pray to the Lord. Tell you what the truth is. You do it. What's up, brother? Doing all right? I'm good, man. I'm good. I'm trying to preach a little gospel out here. Take care of yourself, brother. Yeah, I will. See, that's how it really is. See that? That's how life really can be. Like everybody needs to just care about each other. And if you will forget about your fucking bullshit for a second and your bubblegum wrapper degree that is just so stupid, I can't just thinking about it makes me lose IQ. And you can just humble yourself and ask the Lord to show you the truth. You will get shown the fucking. And the truth is, what Donald Trump is doing right now is exactly what needs to be done. Is there going to be a little pain in the short term? Yes. But that's a lot better than eating your fucking children in 10 years, which is what you're going to be doing if this is not addressed. I mean, there are fucking videos of Nancy Pelosi and Chuck Schumer and Bill Clinton and Barack Obama in the late 2000s saying this exact thing. Like, what happened between then and now? Why all of a sudden is it now we're just terrible because we're asking to be treated fairly on the fucking in global commerce and we're picking on our allies for it? Well, what are they doing to us then? Why come we can't sell an American car and fucking? And it ain't because they suck, which is really what people would want to say. And they might, but that ain't why we ain't selling them. We ain't selling them because by the time it gets to the fucking shores of these countries, you got to pay twice as much for it. That's why. From a relic from the Marshall fucking Plan that's been in place for 80 years. Trump's doing the right thing, and if you don't think he is, call me on the phone and I will talk to you about it until you understand that what's happening right now is medicine that needs to be taken now. And if it's not taken now, I hope your children taste good. Put a little salt on it. Because that's what you're going to be. But anyway, I love every one of y'all, even though it seems like I'm pissed off right now, because I kind of am. But I still love every one of y'all. I mean, I love liberals. I love everybody because that's my job in this world is to care. If you don't do that, you ain't shit. You're just in the way. Move, go away. Anyway, peace, love, later.